Please remain standing for a moment of silence. Thank you. Call a roll, please.
Mike Curtis.
Here.
Amber Brown.
Here.
Jerry Sartain.
Here.
Joe Michoto.
Here.
Gary Farley.
Here.
Renee Curtis. Here. Zane Cantrell.
Present.
We have a quorum.
You have the minutes of the last meeting that were sent out to you. Are there any changes, corrections to the minutes?
Move be approved, Mr.
Have a
Chairman.
motion that be approved. Do we have a second?
Second, sir.
Have a second. Call a roll, please.
Mike Curtis.
Yes.
Amber Brown. Jerry Sartain.
Yes.
Joe Michoto.
Yes.
Gary Farley.
Yes.
Renee Curtis. Yes. Zane Cantrell.
Yes. Okay, the first item of business that we have is concerning fireworks on property located in a commercial service zoning. And I'm assuming this is the first time that this property has been used as such.
Yes, that's correct.
Okay, what do you have on that then, please?
Okay, thank you. Application BZA 2022-11 is a request for temporary special exception approving for the temporary sale of fireworks on the property located in the CS Commercial Services Zoning District. The property is located at 2310 New Salem Highway. It's a 1.66 acre property that's zoned commercial services. Jake Lloyd has been a vendor of fireworks for several years. We've considered many fireworks stands from Mr. Lloyd. Last year, he did appear before you for a site that was 2 doors down, but due to the construction of New Salem Highway, he was denied for that site. But he would like to locate the tent at this location along New Salem Highway. It has 2 driveways that enter the property and exit the property, and he feels that this is a better suited to meet his needs. He would like to operate the stand from June 20th through July 5th from 8:30 to 10, 7 days a week, and obviously later on July 4th. And he's proposing to have 2 signs and a couple employees located at the site. Now, the one thing that we had pointed out in the staff report is the site plan that was provided by the applicant, and I'll show it to you after we go through these pictures. The 40-foot setback has to be met from the road, and it looks like the location of the tent that he's showing doesn't meet that, but he can demonstrate that at the time of permitting, and he's been made aware of it by the staff report. We posted a sign on the property. We received a couple informational calls. No one indicated that they were in opposition to the request, and you can see that the road work has been completed. And this is the site plan. So you can see this is too close to the front yard. He'll have to push it back a bit or push the entire thing back towards the rear of the property. And we find that the request, with that one exception, meets the provisions for special exception approval. And that concludes our presentation.
Do we have anyone here representing this request? If you'll come around, please.
Food for thought here. I think when people don't show up, we don't hear it, do we?
Generally, what we do if they don't show up is just delay it.
Okay, so with this particular case, it's time sensitive.
Yeah, it is.
So you might want to re-ask your question.
Are you here with the fireworks?
Yes, sir.
Would you come forward, please?
Yes, sir. All right, we'll go track.
Yeah, right there. If you would just give us your name and any additional information you want to share about the fireworks stand.
My name is Jake Lloyd, and I don't have a lot of additional information other than I think this is a better site than the one I presented to you guys last year. And I know that you had rejected me because it was under road construction, which I understand. And but that's finished, and it's actually a really nice road now. And I mean, if y'all have any questions, I'll be happy to answer them.
Yeah, I think you are correct. It is a better site and location
Yes,
than
sir.
what you had last time. And I'll ask you the question I asked everybody when they do this. You understand there's codes that you'll have to follow and all that stuff with the county, correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Your drawing doesn't meet the setback requirements. Are you going to move your tent to where it will?
I didn't know it didn't meet setback requirements, but I'll be happy to move it. That's not a problem at all.
It was mentioned in the staff report, but we said that you could demonstrate it at the time of permitting by
Okay.
just shifting the
Yeah,
tent
I can
back.
move that without a problem at all.
Okay, thank you.
Any other questions?
I have one comment.
Go ahead.
Were you also aware that the tent is going to need a gravel pad underneath it? Okay.
I'm planning on putting gravel
Okay.
down. I just, before we put gravel down, obviously, I didn't want to spend that money until it was approved.
Right.
But yes, we
Okay.
will definitely we would do that even if y'all didn't require us to.
Okay.
Thank you. Any other questions? Okay, you may be seated. We'll
Thank you.
open this.
Appreciate it.
We'll open this for a public hearing for anyone who'd like to speak on this request. Close the public hearing.
Mr. Chairman, I'll make a motion that we approve the request.
Okay, do we have a second?
I'll second it.
Have a second. Call the roll, please.
Mike Curtis,
Yes.
Amber Brown, Joe Machado,
Yes.
Jerry Sartain,
Yes.
Gary Farley,
Yes.
Renee Curtis. Yes. Zane Cantrell.
Yes. The next item we have is a request for a special exemption, and this is for a non-commercial storage facility. What do you have on that, please?
Thank you. Application 2022-12 involves the property located at 547 Double Springs Road. It's a request for special exception approval to allow the establishment of a non-commercial storage facility to be used for personal storage on a property located in the RM zone. The property is a 1.10 acre site and it's zoned residential medium. The applicant has provided information from TDEC indicating that the site cannot support the installation of a septic system, therefore it could not support the construction of a home because they could not obtain a permit from TDEC. So with the applicant demonstrating that the site is not buildable for a home, our zoning ordinance has a provision that allows someone to come before you. And we've considered several in the past to establish an accessory structure that's for the personal storage of the property owner and not associated with business activities or any storage related to an off-site business. And the applicant has been made aware of the provisions. That being said, she wishes to construct a 24 by 24 garage. She indicates it will be used for personal storage. The plan that she shows, and she's got ample area to meet all of the setback requirements, so staff has no concerns regarding her ability to meet the setbacks for the RM district. And we did receive several informational calls, but no one indicated that they were in opposition to the request. They saw the sign and they just called and inquired as to what it was for. And that concludes our presentation. And sorry, these are photos of the surrounding area and the site itself. And she shows on her plan the approximate location of the structure.
They want to build a garage there, but they can't build a home.
That's correct. There's no way that they can install a septic system because there's no soils.
Do we have anyone here representing this request? You'll come forward, please. We have our translator.
I'm Idelia Calderon. I live in Cedar Park at 1706 North Tennessee Boulevard, Lot 67. Trailer Park.
So she's had this property for about 10 years. And recently she found out she couldn't build a home on it. And not wanting to relinquish the lot, she had plans to go ahead and see if there could be any more use for it. She came in, actually she came in a couple of years ago before COVID and asked all this information. At that time we told her she couldn't build because of the soils. And recently she revisited this issue again, and this time she wanted to put a two-car garage in there and mainly store things that she couldn't store where she's currently living. And so she's gone through everything, and she understands what she can put in and what she can't put in, what she can use it and not use it for.
If she wants to build a garage there, but there's nothing else that she can do with it, what does she want with it? I mean, what has she got to store? There's no mowing or anything?
No, she's probably, my guess is, well, from what I understand and what she's explained to us, she lives on Salem Trailer Park, and she wants to store a vehicle there from time to time, and then maybe just a few things that a garage would store, even if it's not necessarily landscaping or mowing or anything like that, but just other things that a normal home would.
Is she involved in landscaping business? No.
Just saying, because at the other place,
Yeah.
I don't know if she has a mower or not, but she would say, store whatever they can't put in the house.
Is there any other homes close by in proximity to this location where people live?
Yeah, there's homes up and down both sides of the road.
Okay.
So you've got homes here, here, and here. So.
I have a question. Has the aesthetic, since this is a residential area, what is the garage storage unit going to look like? Is it going to fit in with a neighborhood? Is it just going to be stick-built? Or is that something that we stipulate? I don't know.
From what she's explained, it would just be something that would blend in with the neighborhood, just your standard two-car garage, probably vinyl siding or two metal doors or one metal door, depending on the width of the opening.
I remember when I lived in a trailer, we had to store seasonal things like decorations and Christmas and that type of thing. So.
That's what she's explained over the last few years, that she
Right.
she's limited on space where she
Yeah,
lives.
I remember. I did. I was too.
Yeah.
Yep.
Any other questions?
Do you know, what is your neighbors, have you said anything to your neighbors? Have they said anything as far as concerns?
Well, I can just tell you this. I've been out there several times looking at it, and people seen me walking around, but nobody has ever said anything there.
Okay.
You know, we've approved some of these in the past, and we've learned a lesson from it because they ended up being an eyesore, and the neighborhood eventually came back to the BZA and complained about it much time after it. So, you know, I'm really reluctant to approve one of these, in my own opinion, because it could end up being something, not that you own, but we can't assume that you're going to own this forever and ever, and it could be sold and used improperly, and I'd certainly hate to see that happen. Could you say that to her?
Veces se pone pendiente para no aprobar este tipo de trabajo, porque a veces cuando venden la propiedad luego viene alguien y no lo usan o no cuidan la propiedad como se debe de cuidar, entonces la dejan que se vaya y luego se pone bien fea. Nomás quieren saber si vas a cuidar la propiedad
Claro.
con el pasto y todo
Sí,
eso.
claro.
So she understands that she would take care of the landscaping and the grass and everything else, just like if it was just her home. We just on a personal level, because we've talked extensively on this, we did emphasize the fact that she's putting it in a neighborhood, and it's just going to be a garage in a neighborhood, so she does need to treat it like if it was her own home. So we've gone through this process. Like I said, when she came a few years ago and we did discuss this, at that time, her partner was there, and he was pretty upset because they couldn't build a home on it, and he misunderstood a lot of things, but now that we're coming forward on it,
Does she understand that you can't have any outside storage, like vehicle or other stuff? It would have to be inside.
no puede tener nada afuera, todo está que estar
Adentro.
adentro.
Any other questions? Thank you. You may be seated. Thank you.
Thank you.
We'll open this for a public hearing for anyone who'd like to speak on it. Close the public hearing.
The lady seems to have good intentions. I would move for approval.
Okay, we have a motion that be approved. Do we have a second? We have a second. Any further discussion? Call a roll, please.
Mike Curtis,
Yes.
Amber Brown. Joe Machado,
No.
Jerry Sartain,
Yes.
Gary Farley,
Yes.
Renee Curtis,
Yes.
Zane Cantrell.
Yes. Do we have any other business to come before the BZA that we need to announce?
No, sir.
Okay. We are adjourned. Thank you, everyone, for being here.